offense will kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's John. That gamble did not pay off as they bring down at the 12-yard line. So James Madison's offense will get first crack at it today. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and really after that, David, it didn't seem that the quarterback was looking anywhere else. We're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him
Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. So they move the sticks on the line. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll go to the ground. For the first down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure... The quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Let's talk for a second about James Madison. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. It becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning. That's got to be the mindset. Coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
So Oregon's offense will get the ball for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that... yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You got to worry about the ground game. You think there's some kind of deception going against this secondary.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Give to the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on 2nd down. And he will get home. The quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Throws to the wideout. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved, and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him quickly.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's held. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Madison ready to go back on the attack. They'll run it from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
Not at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes. Nowhere.
He's going to run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job by the QB. Sit back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Coming home, take up.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him on top. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
A lot of people wonder why you don't throw more slant routes. It's just nowadays wide receivers are so big, so thick. You throw it to them, the DBs can't go through their bodies to get them, and most of the time you get positive yards like you do right here.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dukes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the mark. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. He'll start this drive firing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They try to pop a run on the draw. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. And they'll spot it at 45. That's good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they're not on the same page there.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there.
Fires one high and deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Ducks. A great catch and run for 6.
And these offenses, man, they've been struggling and they've been waiting. Who's going to make the big play? They finally break through. They make the big explosive play, and maybe this is what they needed to get this offense rolling.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackle's doing a good job getting on their guys just enough for this running back to get in space and make a big play.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job on this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Really good job by everybody.
saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. I think giving that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety. That means being physical and getting back downhill, not going backwards.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Picking up the first down will be nice here, but also important to get some cushion for the punt team. Back to throw, it's held. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and dropped it and didn't pick it up. Come on, get on the ball, David.
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down in that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Another incompletion on third down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And that is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground, that is a ball.
They stop him almost immediately. Short game there, and still a little ground cover. Pick up the first. It's at the 31 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Sets up the screen. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Back to pass, it's held. Makes the grab on the left. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
It's hard to run a route, get lost through the sidelines, and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job. Understanding, starting to get close to the sidelines, dropping down a little bit, catching the football, and making shots.
And the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly, but when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
He got it. And now the lead is even bigger.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Got it set up on the outside.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Gets the back moving. Back to pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
It just must be so nice to be such a good athlete and to realize fourth down, I want to pass the football, nobody open, I got this. I can take off, I trust myself, and he gets the first down. And these are the ones that just frustrate, annoy defenses. But fourth down on the own side of the field, and he just took matters into his own hands.
He'll do it himself. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Use the play fake. Now throw. Pressure coming. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And the Dukes want to crank the tempo.
Let's show them a minute, offense! Here! Together, all!
Play action. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. And is picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. They'll bring him down at the 14-yard line, and that return of the interception has this offense with spectacular field position. Leaves it with the back. Creates a little space. Trying to take it back. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Guys, you got this. It's me.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking downfield. It's held. Here's a hit. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup, and a lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run that much.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors and our halftime update.
No score zone right here. No.
Fellas, you've had yourselves a great broadcast so far today in Harrisonburg. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's head back to the guys at Bridgeforth Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Dukes will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. And if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football game.
Puts it out on the screen. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw, it's held. Fires to the big fella. Brings it to the end. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. The short hands, it's Ventura. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. They just keep firing. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks have their offense in high gear. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
They'll keep it on the ground. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Unloads to the right. And his throw is incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is, they have a field deep. And the short field goals are a block because they get high in the air. But nice job by the kick block unit, getting in there, getting their hands up, and blocking them a field goal, baby.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense.
To read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points in would be huge here. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe in you, D. I believe in you.
To throw, it's held.
Knock it down. Knock it down.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Still on his feet. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the dynamic game, a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Unloads to the wideout. And downfield. They stop him at the 22. 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass.
Touchdown, Oregon! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. That deficit has double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. It's a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball.
And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll run play action. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Dukes are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Finds his man. It's John. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and put another play back to back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. 2.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ball.
He'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
He's got 93 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Dukes have it with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now the throw. Isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The play action fake. Here comes the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Looking to pass. It's held. And he got smacked just as it released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's back-to-back plays that are not good for this offense. I mean, you've got to protect your main man. Your quarterback has to be upright to make decisions, to make big plays. Sacked on 1st down and a quarterback hit on 2nd down. Got to do a better job.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down to the 17. The Ducks will punt away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 40. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the front. 1st down and more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Right back to the left. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd inches.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line to pick up the 1st down. And the Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the right. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell in.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The Dukes are threatening in the red zone. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. They're working that left side. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead.
Perfect timing to call that pass. It's pretty short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on fourth. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's first and goal.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'll run it on third and goal.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Oh, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made a tackle for one.
Fires to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on third and long. It's Ventura. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. Cradles it at the 35. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. The defense will have to key on the run and try to get this ball back. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. From the gun, running back, looking for room. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on third down coming up. Let's call it third and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He's not going to make it, and they'll turn it over on downs, and we're going to have a fight to the finish. Looking to throw, it's held. Under fire. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a double.
Hold it. Okay.
His offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to go up top. And in the middle, it's Ventura. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding through his progressions and make that clock tick.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Looking to throw on first down. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And that's perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. You don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, guys, fourth quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to be aggressive. Trying to come up with there on second down. Let's see what happens on third.
Looking downfield, it's Hell. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range.
Correct. Don't take the sack. Don't get a negative play. But if I can be aggressive, Palmer, I'm still trying to go to the end zone to get the immediate dub.
And take as much pressure off your kicker as you can.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. He's taking a deep shot. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
And this defense taking matters into their own hands. First down, you get the sack. Second down, you force the incompletion. Now sitting in third and long, you got them in their own territory. Big opportunity for this defense to shut this offense down right now.
The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking downfield on first down. Looking downfield. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And this one can draw us even in the final moments. And the Dukes will snap it on 1st and 10. Offense changing the play. To the air. It's caught. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And with 4 seconds left, this one to save the game. It'll be short. That one would have taken some tremendous leg strength. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And, David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire and got a tremendous win.
And to keep the belief, like, to understand, like, I've got a chance to come.